Hello and welcome back. Now in this session we are going to fix the breaking of our application. In the last session, after we added the 3D model, now what is happening is, see, right now I am not seeing the model at all. So if I right click this and choose inspect, and in inspect if I come into this console window, here in the console window I see a set of errors happening, and I showed you in the last class what you have to do. You have to open the file here, the hero.js. I will open hero.js here, and yeah, it is already open, and in this hero.js I have to take this computer canvas component, cut it and save it. Now it is appearing. I have to again paste it and save it, and now you are seeing the model. So we were doing this jugaad to make it work. Now let us fix this, and the issue we are facing here is, if I come back inside the component and inside the canvas, if I now open Computer.jsx, the file on which we were working, here you can see here when we actually added this computer canvas, we added suspense and added a component called canvas loader. Right now this loader is not ready, and that is why we are getting this issue. So let us solve this issue, and for that I will click on control and I will click on this canvas loader, and this is going to open the Loader.jsx file. So for this, see, if you come here again in component, if you open component, inside component I have this Loader.jsx file, and now we are going to work in this file. Now I am going to start here with the import statement. I will select this import line, delete it, and I am now going to import, and in flower bracket the first component I am going to import is HTML. See this HTML component, and then automatically, see, it is importing from React 3 DREI. So dry it is called as. Then I will add a comma, then I am going to call for useProgress, another component. So these two components we are taking from React 3 Drive. I have one import HTML present at the bottom. I will delete off this line. Now I am going to come inside this const loader, and before this return I am going to add const, I am going to declare a variable called as progress. So I am going, this is like a hook, I am going to declare this, and this progress will be equal to, and this is what we are getting it from useProgress method. I am going to close this semicolon. Now I see some errors once I save. Don't worry, we are going to fix it later. Now here below this, inside the return, instead of this loader function, I will delete this, and I am now going to call the HTML tag that we have imported, and this one I will close the tag, and in between this tag I am now going to call span. I won't add a div, I have to add span, and then I will close this tag, and for this tag I am just going to add a class name. I will give it a class name, and this class name will be equal to, I am going to call a class called as canvas load. I will come to next para, and here inside the p tag, now I am going to add in flower brackets, flower bracket open and close, and inside this flower bracket, see, when I am doing this I am seeing an error here. I am seeing all these errors because I have done a mistake. When I have declared this constant progress, I have used the regular curly bracket. So I will delete this, and now I am going to add a flower bracket, and inside the flower bracket I am going to add this progress. And now if I save this, see, now you doesn't have much of the error now. Now coming down here, and inside this p tag, inside this I am now going to call this progress variable which I have declared here, and this progress I am calling a method as toFixed, and in open close bracket I am going to add the number 2, means it is fixed to 2 decimal places, and after this I am going to add a percentage sign. I will add for example a special character like this, and then I will add the percentage sign. this closing bracket I have to put it after this 2. So, here I have to add that closing bracket. Now, for this P I have not declared any style. So, I am going to add an inline style for this. Inline style, to add it, I am going to start it with the keyword style. I am going to add the keyword style, and for this, in this flower bracket I am going to add one more flower bracket, and now I am going to declare first the font size, and I am going to set the font size colon to 14. I am writing CSS rules right inside. I will add a comma, and then I am going to add color, and I am going to set this again, add a colon, and I am going to, in inverted comma, I will set its value to F1, F1, F1. This is the color I am going to choose for this. Then add a comma. Then next line I am going to set the font weight, and I am going to set the font weight. I will add a colon and set it to 800. I will add a comma, and the last component I will set is margin top, and I will add a colon and I will set its value to 40. Now, let us see whether we get an error when we reload it. I will press the reload button, and now you can see if you observe the page, you will initially see a percentage sign running. See, it is running on this immersive. We have to set these positions later. Let us do that later, but as of now you can see, you are seeing one loading number running here. If you want to see that, then I have to come to hero.jsx, and in this hero.jsx temporarily I will select this entire div here. See, this entire div I am going to select and press control forward bracket, and I will comment it. I will save it. So, this is not visible now. Now, if I press the load button, you can now see it is loading. See, this is working. So, I will come back here and press Ctrl Z and undo. I will remove the comment and save it back. So, we have successfully added the loader component, and now the next thing is we are going to focus on the position, and we see actually now the model is sitting over my text. I want it to come a little down, and I have to set its position now. So, now to fine tune the position of the model, now this hero.jsx I will close it, loader.jsx job is over, I will close it. I will come back to my computers.jsx file, and if you come in the beginning, if you come to the computer section, see we are adding the model here, primitive object is equal to computer scene, and in the next line I am now going to scale it down. I will type scale, and I will set this scale value equal to, in invert that is inside the flower bracket I will use a value of 0.75, and I am going to save it. So, now you can see this has scaled down a little. And now the next thing I want to do is I will also adjust the position. After setting or adjusting the scale, I am going to move to next line, and I am going to call the position, and this position will be equal to, in flower brackets, inside the flower bracket I will also add a square bracket, and I will call this vector values. I will set x value to 0 and y value, to bring it down I will add minus 3.25 y value. Then I will add a comma, and along the z axis I will move it by minus 1.5, and then I will save this. So, immediately you can see here our model has come down. So, you can see here. So, if I reload this, you can see the model, if I drag it, see the model has come down. And then I will also add a rotation tag here. So, I will come back here and I am going to add rotation, and for this rotation it will be equal to the values inside this. Again I will add a square bracket, and inside the square bracket I will type minus 0.01 comma, I am going to add minus 0.2 comma, and I am going to add again minus 0.1, and I am going to save this. So, it is initially when it loads, it is slightly rotated and the computer is appearing in the front view. So, you can, when I am rotating, you can see small reflection in the mirror, and that is coming from the point light. Say for example, I will come here and I will select this point light and I will press Ctrl and / on the keyboard. Then I will comment it, and if I save this, see, this mark went away. Now you are not seeing it. I will come back here, I will undo it and I will save it, so that I have that point light. Let us add our main light, and the main light that we are going to add here is the spotlight. So, for this, below this point light, I will come below this point light, I will press enter and add the lesser than sign spotlight. I will select the spotlight and again add / and greater than sign. So, this is the spotlight, and for this spotlight I will save it. As of now we are not seeing any change, because for this spotlight we have to now give some parameters. The very first parameter is, just like in Blender or in any 3D software, right now the spotlight is at 0, 0, 0 and you are not seeing at all. I have to place this spotlight to the top and at an angle. So, for this what I will do is, I will come over here in spotlight and I will press enter, and the first parameter I am going to give is position. I will add the position parameter, and here inside this flower bracket I will add a square bracket, and the value I am going to give is, I will move it by -20 unit along the x axis. I am moving it slightly to the left, and then comma, I will move it to the top by around 100 units, and along the z axis I will move around 10 units. And after this, after I have said this, I will save it. Still we are not seeing any light. Now I will come back here, I will come out of this, and in the next line after the position I will add also an angle, and I am going to set its angle to around 0.12, and then I will again come out of this, and the next parameter I am going to add is penumbra, and I will set this penumbra value to 1. I will come out, and in the next line I am going to now set the intensity, and I am going to set an intensity of about 10, and I will save it. Still you are not seeing, do not worry, we have to add one more parameter here. I will add cast shadow, and cast shadow, let us cast the shadow. Then below that I will also add shadow hyphen map, S is capital, map size, and this will be equal to, in flower bracket, open close flower bracket, I am going to set its value to 1024. And finally, even after saving, I am not seeing it, I will add one more point here, which is decay. I am going to add decay, and I am going to set it to false, and I am going to save it. Now you can see that our computer is illuminated from the top with the line. So, now you are seeing this 3D model in our website. So, with this done, we have successfully completed this Computer.jsx, but still we have to add another framer motion component, and that let us do it in our next session. Thank you.